Well, on Wednesday, January 31st, at the Shaar Hashoyim Synagogue in Westmount, the Supernova, the Music Festival Massacre, will have its North American premiere. First time being seen in North America. And I saw the film just a few hours before this interview, so I'm still kind of chilled by what I saw. And Yossi Bloch is joining me right now. He's the director and from Israel, and he'll be here on Wednesday. Thank you for joining me, Yossi.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I don't know quite what to say. I wasn't aware of this film and was given an advance copy by the organizers from the Shaar Hashoyim. You're coming to show it in the North America. Now, this really, I mean, we've seen a lot of news reports of the terrible massacre that occurred of the 1,200 Jews who were butchered by Hamas, the unprovoked attack, and of course the Supernova Music Festival. But here it's in great detail, a timeline. Unless you produced this, it was actually finished around December. So my first question is, how did you do such a thorough documentary in such a short period of time?
Well, it started as a magazine article for Arte, and what happened was that 5 days after the event, they called me in. I didn't want to come, and all these stories. And then I was saying the only thing that I can say or do now is what happened in the party. And when I got into the party scene and the place and the people, it dawned on me immediately that it's not it has nothing to do with time. It's an event in space. I don't know how much it happened just in Israel. It happened worldwide, and every person who ever went to dance on a big scale festival is part of this thing in a way, because it's a concept that was entered and invaded in a way. For me, it's at a certain point I said it's like the fairies went to dance in the forest and the demons came and just killed them for no reason whatsoever.
Yes.
And if you look at the movie, it's not about the right timeline. It's about where have you been, each one of you, what was the route of your escape, and the way that it's all their movie in a way. They shot I didn't shoot a frame.
Right.
It's their movies, it's their visuals. I interviewed them, I edited that, me and a lot of other people, but we brought their story and not the story that I want to bring or the producers want to bring or the network want to bring. We went into the story immediately. 8 days after we had 90% of the material filmed, and we just dug out their story within it.
What's so ironic is, with their lives on the line, these people were fighting for their lives. They were filming everything. I mean, I know we heard some of them said they wanted documentation if they didn't live. They wanted people to see this, but there were a lot of people filming. They were running for their lives, yet they were videoing everything.
So I have a few answers for that, because I think this is the story of the film and this is the story of the event. And I have a few answers for that. One, I think the main one is, think anyone who has kids today, how many times have we told them, why are you in TikTok? Come join me in the real world, which we basically telling them, look, your world, your space, your place of happening is not real. We don't believe you that it's really happening. It didn't happen. It's in TikTok.
Yeah.
So for them, they thought, I mean, if I would come to you on October 6th and tell you I went to a party in a forest in the south of Israel and someone started shooting me, you would say, what, you crazy?
Yeah.
You must have been, something was wrong. It's like, it can't happen. So they didn't think anyone will believe them. I think from the guts, they thought, whoa, nobody's going to believe that. I'm not sure they believed it's happening. I think
Yeah.
they were questioning, like, how can it happen? And they say, we have the fence, we know we have the best army. And the third answer is, I think in a way they thought if they will show it to the world, someone will come to help.
Right. True.
And yeah. So
the other thing I was thinking, and maybe you'll tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I mean, in terms of getting this movie out now, I mean, obviously we've seen, Israel had sympathy in the world for maybe a day or two. And then the moment the war started, we've just seen anti-Semitism and hatred towards Jews all over the world. And I think there's a collective amnesia in the world. What happened on October 7th? How important is it we know the Jewish community is going to watch this. We're preaching to the converted. How important is it for all those people out there who are not even acknowledging what Hamas did to see it?
So I have to give you an answer and then question my answer. The first answer is like, this is the most important thing for me to do now. And I think it might be the biggest thing I've ever done and I will ever do in my life, is to bring this truth, bring these people, give these people a voice. Having said that, I do not see it as Hamas against Israel. Again, it's the fairies and the demons. I do not forget what Hamas did to Palestinians, friends of mine that are LGBT or just want to dance. Nobody in Hamas wants, they don't care who's dancing in these parties. They don't care if it's Jews or Muslims or Christian or Buddhist. For them, they have a family of Muslim Bedouins, Orthodox people, Orthodox Muslims. They have them captured for 107 days. They didn't spare them. So it's not Israel against Palestine. It's the bad people. It's Hamas. It's those who think they're allowed to harm somebody else in the name of whatever. In their case, it's religion or the way they interpret religion. In their case, it's Allah told them. It doesn't matter. You're not allowed to harm anyone. It's that's what the 20th century brought into the world. You're not allowed to touch anyone. Everyone has the right to live, and everyone has the right to live properly. And for me, yes, it looks like I'm putting the fight of the Israelis in Nova against Hamas, but it's the same fight of Palestinians everywhere. It's the same fight of Syrian kids in Homs. It's the same fight of everyone who's been harmed.
Well, it's a remarkable film. I'm going to watch it again. I watched it once, and it's not a film that we watch with a smile on our face, but it's living history that we're watching here. And I think everybody has got to see this. You can go to the Shaar Hashoyim website to find out how you can get tickets for Wednesday night's premiere. It should be a very, very stimulating evening with lots of information. Aaron Rand from CJD will be interviewing you afterwards. So we'll see you in Montreal, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Yossi Bloch has been my